So we're gonna decide what the worst weapon is in TF2.
Okay, so the worst one, not the best of the bad.
The worst of the worst. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
like, is this measuring everything? Like, is this considering any game mode, any use case, or what's the criteria here?
That's a good question. So we're gonna go off of just casual mode TF2, not MVM, not man.
Okay.
Man, what is it? What's the one with the power ups?
Manpower?
Manpower.
Manpower.
Not
I
manpower.
think you can make anything good in manpower.
Yeah. Not competitive, just casual mode TF2.
And also medieval mode.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true, actually. So we're not doing medieval mode.
No.
Like, my thought, too, is that there are going to be weapons that are so bad and they're so close in terms of power that it being good in some niche game mode might tip it over the edge.
It might.
That's my thought process
yeah.
too. Yeah.
If we need to go there for tiebreakers, then we will. But I feel like
Okay.
it might be. I don't know how hard or easy this is going to be.
But that's the fun of it.
If you guys don't know who these two are, by the way, this is fish stick on a stick, fish stick on top of a stick, inside of a stick.
Yes. All of those things.
He makes you might have seen like the Bad Weapon Academy videos, so I thought you'd be a good person to weigh in on bad weapons.
Boy, am I familiar with so many of these.
Yeah, so much footage of using these, so much experience. Because honestly, I don't really have nearly as much experience using these bad weapons as you, because I actively avoid them. But you go head first into trying them out. So
Almost every single one of these videos has a dedicated video from me. I can see like a handful that I haven't touched yet.
okay, cool. Well, there's still work to be done then. And then we've got Great Blue, who has experience making videos about theoretically bad weapons. So I don't know, maybe that'll help too. But
We got a physicist and a theoretical physicist.
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm Bad Weapon Academy by proxy. I make videos with Fish, so via osmosis, a lot of the Bad Weapon Academy knowledge is rubbed off.
And
on
I
me.
know a lot about osmosis because I'm a fish and I'm underwater.
Yeah, and your favorite movie is Osmosis Jones, starring
Yes.
Bill Murray. So
Yeah, Bill Murray, he gets really sick and gassy.
a lot of gross shit happens in that movie. I don't know why.
That was a weird movie. We watched that in like elementary school for some reason.
Yeah, well, it's educational. All that stuff really happens.
That's what happens inside the human body.
Okay, well, I guess we'll just start. We'll start at the top here. We're gonna go start with the backscatter versus the red tape recorder. Which one is the worst of these two? They're both pretty bad.
They are both really bad. I would honestly probably say the backscatter because I feel like the red tape recorder has honest use cases. The backscatter is just like, it's kind of just the worst scattergun in most situations.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling.
So I'm gonna be pedantic here because I would actually vote for the red tape, but I think that's because my criteria is probably different. So we should probably establish how much are we valuing opportunity cost? Because my thought is that the backscatter is the worst scattergun, but it's still just a slightly worse version of a really good weapon. So even though there's no reason to choose it over the scattergun, in a vacuum, it's a lot better than the red tape is. But the red tape has niche use cases.
I think opportunity cost matters. Is like the opportunity cost of red tape recorder versus sapper is really not that bad compared to the backscatter over basically any other scatter. Like, I think this is the worst of the worst scatter guns. You can
Really?
pick anything, and at the very least, you would at least have more fun. At the very least. I think Babyface is way more fun than this thing. I think, Scattergun and Soda Popper are just, like, the two top ones. And then everything else is just, like, it alright.
How much fun are you having with a red tape recorder, though?
Yeah,
It's
how
not
fun
a
is
weapon
that?
I throw my arms up in whimsy when I pull out, like...
But that's the thing, it's like, do you have fun using the regular sapper? Not really, right?
I don't know why you're making the it's more fun argument. It's the red tape.
I'm just saying.
recorder
I'm
does
saying
nothing.
at the very least, even if it's not necessarily more effective with the other scatter guns, at the very least, I think you will be having more fun. The backscatter is just like it's good for literally one thing, and that's one tapping a sniper, which doesn't even matter because you're losing like a bunch of your clip anyway.
I think the backscatter is more usable than you're giving it credit for, though. Like, even if
I
you're
think
just
that
running
there's
around
no-
in a team fight, there will be enough turned around enemies that you'll get mini crits on where it's not completely useless. It's
But I
not
don't-
good, but it's more usable than the red tape.
But I
of
think
more-
there's no reason to use it. That's my point. There's reason to use the red tape recorder.
Okay, what's the reason?
Against mini sentries, against teleporters, for instantly destroying buildings that the engineer is just placing down. All of those are actually things that you want to do against an engineer. The backscatter is good for literally one thing, and that's one-tapping snipers.
Yeah, so I mean, it's interesting that this is first because I think the argument really does come down to the backscatter is better in a vacuum. It's a more usable weapon, but the red tape has more niche uses, so there's more reason to actually equip it. So what's the point of the tournament here?
Well, it's just, yeah, it's just. I mean, that's a good question. It's just based on vibes. At the end of the day, I mean, like,
Okay, great.
I think that you guys you both make very good points, but I think that at the end of the day, like, I always had been looking at this from a perspective of if I'm equipping one of those weapons, how successful am I going to be as the class that I'm playing as, versus if I didn't equip that weapon. So, like, for example, if I equipped the red tape recorder over the regular sapper, then I feel like it wouldn't nerf the spy very much. He's still gonna be able to stab. He's still gonna be able to like
it's
shoot
like-
with the revolver. The scout is his scatter gun. You know what I mean? So if you're making his scatter gun bad, then the scout is bad. You know what I mean? So I feel like that kind of makes it just has more effect on the effectiveness of what you're actually trying to do as that class.
I agree.
A negative effect, that is.
Yeah. Does it make you so bad that it's genuinely nerfing you? Like, it's worse than the stock scattergun for sure, but I still think it's usable enough that good scouts can get by.
It's usable enough. Like, I've been able to frag with it just fine, but it's like in every situation I would always rather be using something else. With the red tape recorder, there's been instances where it's like, hey, I did something there. Cool.
Yeah. You're still going to be able to do what
And at the very
essentially a
least,
sapper
like-
does with the red tape recorder.
Yeah, and at the very least, I could just play spy normally in every situation that does not involve an engineer's building otherwise.
Okay, I can buy the it nerfs you less argument.
That's the criteria we're going by here. It nerfs you less.
I think that helps. I think it helps to try and think about that whenever thinking about how bad the weapons are in comparison to one another, because, like, yeah, it is hard to be like, it is hard to kind of think of things in a vacuum, I think, because TF2 is not a vacuum. The backscatter moves on to the next round. Well, the next one is Buffalo Steak Sandwich versus, what is this thing called again? I forgot.
The Tribalman
Tribalman
Shiv.
Shiv, thank you. I haven't equipped this in many years. So,
I don't blame you. I think this is probably one of the worst weapons in the entire game.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty easy decision because at least the Buffalo
Yes.
Steak has like niche movement tech. You can drop it to your medic for 75 health.
It is a medium health pack, and it's
Right.
and it's actually pretty good in medieval mode, which like I
Okay,
think.
well, we kind of ruled that one out at the beginning, but like,
Well, listen,
even
that,
in
that
not
can
medieval
help
mode,
tip it
it's
over the
like-
edge even more because fuck the Troutman Shiv, it's awful.
Yeah, I don't.
It's so
You're just
bad.
like, yeah, it's just a win more thing that you're bringing up
Heavy
here.
to mid, 15% faster.
I know.
That's like ETF2L.
That's kind of
nightmare fuel.
overpowered if you think about it. They should ban it.
Yeah, I'm European and I agree.
Yeah, anyway, Tribalman Shiv, easy pick.
Now, speaking of easy picks,
Yeah, seriously. What? Okay, Fish, we can't say it, right? But
no, we can't say it.
What?
But seriously, the Enforcer is just the stock revolver, but very slightly worse, and the Sun on a Stick is just crap.
It is crap. It's
Yeah.
it's notoriously crap. This is like one of the meme weapons that people always bring up as being like, when people think of bad weapons, they think of the Sun on a Stick. So,
Yes.
but this is also just never used. I never see any spy ever use this revolver, so I figured I'd just put it in this group of
Oh
bad
no,
weapons.
it's definitely like I would say the weakest of the revolvers.
Yeah.
But like
it's
the
still
Sun
like
on a
a
Stick
B-tier
is so
weapon,
much
to be
worse.
fair.
Yeah, if you got a vaccinator med on the other team, then you can like
Well, you
shoot
can
him.
stab him in the back for one
I was
thing.
gonna say, I think Spy
yeah.
has more efficient ways to kill
Oh,
vaccinated
yeah.
medics.
That's the biggest problem with the Enforcers. Like outside of wrangled sentries, which again you could just like sap if you really need to.
Right.
It's,
Okay,
there's
well,
really
that's not
just
all it is.
nothing you can. There's nothing you can shoot that you can't just stab.
The thing about the Sun on a Stick that always cracks me up is the damage penalty makes it, even in the best possible case scenario, do less damage than a scattergun meat shot. I don't know why they did that.
I'd never even thought about it that way. Yeah, the breakpoints don't make any sense.
I mean, I guess the best case scenario you have to think of is that like it's essentially a slightly weaker scattergun with a faster rate of fire and a bottomless quote unquote clip, because you could just keep swinging until the
Oh.
cows come home.
You're making it sound really
But
good.
As long as the guy you're hitting is on fire, then yes, it is. It's not the worst thing you could be using.
Does it set people on fire?
No.